Welcome to Terra to Taylor Living, and I have Fallon Renner with EcoConscious Skincare. She's located in Canada, and I'm really excited to speak with you. Can you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
And what does EcoConscious mean to you?
So being eco-conscious to me just means, especially the word conscious, is to be conscious, first of all, to think about what we're doing, all the actions we're taking for the world, for ourselves, for our body, just to kind of be more conscious about what we're doing all the time.
Mhm.
And when it comes to eco-friendly, well, I feel like for me in my life, it's more so about everyday living, not necessarily how much as what we're eating, and that's something I'm working on, but more so about the products that I put on my body, as well as, what the garbage we're putting out into the world as well.
Yeah, and that's what you have in your business. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. So my business is all about natural skincare. We try to make natural products with minimal and natural ingredients.
And what kind of products do you have available?
So we make body scrubs, bath bombs, and body butters right now. We're working on a beard oil actually, and other products to come, like more household products. But for now, our focus is really relaxation, especially in the times that we are having right now. We offer ways for people to have a deeper relaxation in the most natural way.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's exciting. Um, and one of the questions I was thinking about asking you is, are the products available for shipping all around the world, or is it just Canada for now?
So for now, I do prefer local, and that's actually a part of our mission as well, is to just, when we keep things as local as possible, we are, it's better for the world as well. However, I do want to get my products out there. We are working on trying to do international shipping. That should come. For now, it is local in our province for pickup and delivery, as well as national shipping across Canada. But we will get there, and you will be updated as soon as that happens.
I love it. I totally relate to that too. Like, I know that local is a huge part of what we're facing in the environmental problems around the world. And I love that your focus is local. And I too am the same way. But at the same time, like, I also want to be global in whatever I provide too. And it's that, like, figuring out where the medium part is for everybody.
Exactly. That's really the hard part is, I really want to stick with, our mission and the integrity of the company. But this trying to go global, it's hard to figure out the balance between that. So that's something we're trying to figure out, ways to kind of limit, maybe, have a distributor somewhere. I think that's ways to kind of limit it, where one big shipment and then it goes out from there. So then it's still kind of local or something like that. So
Yeah.
we're brainstorming. Hopefully in 2021, we'll be able to figure out a way to take it global while still respecting our mission to, reduce and reuse. That is something that woke conscious skincare really thrives in every single aspect, even our packaging. What I do for the moment, I get boxes from our local stores, like local dollar stores, that are going to just either throw or recycle. I hope that they do recycle, but I don't know. But instead, I take them from them, and they're perfect little boxes. And even the stuffers in the boxes, everything for the packaging, we try our best to really make it reused. And we do have to use sometimes plastic stuffers, but all of that is really reused. We don't buy anything plastic at all, but we're constantly buying things online. So all the package stuffers that come with any other orders for the ingredients or anything else, then I'll use that
I
to do
love
that.
that. Oh my gosh, I love that because I'm so, like, every time I order something, like, there's always plastic around it, and it's so frustrating to constantly see that happening over and over. And I love that you're reusing all of that too, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong like that you can't use it again.
Exactly. And that was my issue too, is seeing how much was coming in. I have children, and what they would do is I'd let them kind of jump on them and have a little game and pop them all. It's super fun. But then after that, I was like, what do I do? So now I keep some of them stuffed with air, and some, even the ones that are popped, then I use that to kind of stuff in the boxes as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Celebrate.
Yay. I have like underneath it's hidden by my body right now. It's a big mess, but underneath there, I have boxes. I have one box of all the plastic stuffers I've got, of all the reused box. I'll break the box and flip them. I have a whole section of all my reusables. Sometimes you get the brown papers in the boxes of stuffers. I'm super happy when I see the brown paper ones. So we'll take that too and use that for stuffers. Or in my personal life, we use that to wrap presents. My kids will draw on those, and then we wrap the presents with that. So
yeah,
all kinds of ways.
I love it. It was so great. I think I ordered something like off of eBay or something for the vacation rental that I have, and it was a reused item. So it was like a used kitchen utensil or something like that, and they had packaged it with all gift wrap from Christmas.
That's awesome.
I think I got like 2 packages like that.
That's so funny. That's great. Actually, speaking of Christmas, it's been a few years now that I stopped buying. This year we actually did have some colorful ones, but it wasn't bought. Like somebody had given it to us. But in general, what I'll do is, like I said, those brown paper stuffers where the kids will even color it and customize it, or even just flyers or the newspapers. It started with the comics, at least the comic section. It's nice, it's cool. But eventually I was like, you know what? Flyers is fine. They can have a pineapple. They can have some chicken on their wrapping. Why not? It's what's inside that matters, right?
I know, right? It's like, whatever.
My kids are cool with it. The family, extended family, has got, some of them really think it's a great idea because they're like, oh, wow, it's true. What a waste. But also for money,
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone around me has gotten used to it. They don't necessarily do it themselves, but like, okay, it's fine, Fallon, whatever.
I love it so much. What are some benefits that you have seen since you have really started changing the way you do things in your business and in your personal life as well?
Okay, well, I'll start with my personal life. And in my personal life, I feel like the benefits all around was just, I would say there's also a financial gain by reusing. So there's that. And then for me, the benefit personally is that I do have 3 children. And so they're witnessing everything, all the efforts that I'm making, and that's going well into their minds. And I see them going into the world and passing that on as well. So that to me is an amazing benefit, is that by me taking action alone, I'm impacting these 3 who are also impacting others. And it's just, like a spew of impact and change, well, in the hopes of change,
Yeah.
And so even financially, a big change I did and a big jump into the eco world was with my second child. He's now 9. He just turned 9 yesterday, actually. And was cloth diapers. So we went, I started cloth diapering with him, and that made, of course, it actually costs a lot to start, but then after that, it really made, I've never bought diapers again, so it was really great. And then once you start, then you start noticing how much waste there is everywhere. The father of my children, he noticed quickly too. At first he wasn't really on board, but then he did. And I just feel like once you start going a bit more conscious about it, then you really notice everything around you. Once we started composting and we realized how much garbage we would make that was unnecessary, and unfortunately where I am now, we don't have composting within the city, so it's a bit different than it used to be, but it's still it's still unbelievable how much, when you just make one change, how you then can notice in other aspects of your life the difference it can make. And some people think like, oh, it's just one person, it's not a big difference. But when you actually see it happening, it is a really big difference, especially with compost, or especially with the cloth diapers. For me to think of how much diapers did not go into the garbage was really, really something. Because if I was, because I did regular diapers with my first child, and remembering how much, you know, so it was a really big thing.
Yeah.
But as far as for the business is concerned, well, the business just started that way. The business has always been, because of my personal life, when I decided I wanted to do something more and share it with the world, I decided I'll do it, of course, the eco-friendly way and as eco as possible. And so, well, the benefits is just, you know, I know that I'm putting healthy products and natural products on people's bodies and in their lives. And, you know, again, it's that impact that's going out there. So now not only with my children, but now I can kind of bring it out, at least Canada wide and soon to the world.
I love it.
And, you know, I feel like that's an important part of my purpose. I feel like is to help others and impact their lives and help people kind of make little changes like that as well. So
I
that's the
love it.
benefits for me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love seeing that it's passing on to children too. And I feel like the generations that have like, I guess people in their 20s, my son is just turned 21 in December, and he like is all about making sure that he does as much as he can. And he's very aware of all of this stuff. So I love that the children are really learning better ways.
That's great. Yeah, they really are. But what also what just made me think of is, which I'm so happy that the company that my mission is really getting out there, is I of course have some clients that are in it for the natural aspect, but I have some other clients that are just there because it is great products that, you know, when they take baths, they love the bath bombs, whether it's natural or not, they love it. So some of them are not that eco-friendly, but because I'm pushing my ideas through Instagram and through my stories, I'm always talking about the eco-friendly aspect of it. That is making impact. I have one client who returned, I went to go give her a product and she returned one of the little sample jars that I had given her. She's like, oh, I know you love to reuse, so here's the sample jar, you know? And I was like, oh my gosh, like that moment, I literally had like tingles. I even told her, I was like, this is so amazing because it's not something that's like she would normally do, but she knows that that's what we're about, and made sure. And to me, I was like, yes, my mission is working. Like it's working, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so freaking cool, because I was looking like at a candle advertisement the other day, and they were like, how could you reuse your candle jar? And I was like, well, why aren't you asking people to return them to you? Like, you know,
Wow, seriously. Yeah.
like,
Wow.
why? I mean, somehow, like if you had a store and you provided a product, why couldn't you return those jars back to the store?
There should be more stores that are doing that, but I still like that company mentioned how you can reuse it. At least
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
still mentioned that, and that's why I was like, wow, because yeah, even that, because I do have candle jars that are reused for so much things like coffee, food items, different things. Some of my products and my flowers that I put in will go into that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, making me think now too, though. I should have I should really promote it more. I mean, I love that client figured it out without me promoting it, but I think I will, and just be like, give me back all your containers. I can
Yeah.
refill them on your next order or stuff like that. That's great.
Yeah. I love that. Giving ideas and just
Yes.
so good. So what are some challenges that you have seen in the entire process of becoming more and more eco-friendly?
Sadly, it is finances. Even though I said that was a benefit once, that also is one of the biggest challenges.
Mm-hmm.
In this day and age, it's hard to do things in a pure natural way, you know, like and it's still, my brain sometimes can't process and can't understand why, let's say, you know, a raw form of something is going to cost so much more than it going through all those processes. Like, you have to do so much things to refine it, and shouldn't that cost more money, and shouldn't that final processed item be much more expensive? Like, when we want to do good, we want to do better, and we can't. In the big corporations and the industry is against us. I feel like trying to make bigger steps. And that's why a lot of people are hesitant, because when you have to choose between something as simple as a plastic toothbrush or a bamboo toothbrush, it's a significant difference, you know, like it's really, even for firms, so specifically for the business, when it comes to containers, it was a challenge to figure out how I was going to package my products. My body butters are oil-based, so it's a whipped body butter with lots of butters and oils in it. So it's really greasy, and trying to find an eco-friendly packaging. First of all, the paperboard tubes are super expensive, but also it doesn't hold them in. And then if you want to use glass or metal, like finally, actually, no, I have one in front of me, but we do use these metal ones, which are good, these metal ones. But it was a challenge to finally decide which ones to use, because as I mentioned before, I want all of it to be as eco-friendly as possible. So now even the labels, to get compostable sticker labels are the price range is like almost double the price. It's really, it's quite, and even to find that already pre-made is a bit harder too. I make them myself. At this point, I'm still very like hands-on and very handmade. So all the labels and everything, all the designing is done with me or my partner, and for designing, and yeah, but that has definitely been a challenge, to not only for the ingredients, but also for the packaging, to find the right source, and to be able to get it at an affordable price.
I feel like the same thing. Like I never could understand why something that is raw in its raw form costs more money than in like I can't make that connection either.
I still can't. I feel like it's because they're against us. But anyways, that might be another conversation another time. But yes. But yeah, it really does not make sense. So, well, the fact that I do, at least for the packaging and not the containers that it goes in, but the boxes, because I'm able to find, you know, it can kind of balance out sometimes. It costs me a lot more for the containers and the labels and everything like that. But hey, I'm reusing all the boxes and stuff like that. So it kind of balances out, but it's still really one of the biggest challenges is to find everything I need to still stick with that mission of being as eco-friendly as possible.
Yeah, I love that is like you're staying with that in every aspect. It's really important, and I just want to give you so much props for that.
Thank you so much. I know sometimes I feel like I'm being so stubborn with it, but it's like it's the integrity of the company, and I just, with some things I won't budge with that. And again, it costs me more and whatever, but that's what I have to do. And I feel like a lot of natural product companies out there there's so many, and they're all doing fantastic, and I'm seeing gorgeous products and great products out there, but sometimes I am seeing a lot of plastic containers and stuff like that. So I'm trying to kind of hope that is something that can kind of set me apart from everyone else, is that really in every single thing we do, we are consciously thinking about our impact on the world and the waste and how much we're putting out there. So we really, I even took out recycle, because I try, I don't recycle. Well, I do, but I'm just saying it's more of reusing and reducing versus recycling, because I think we all know now, well, not all, but we are learning now that recycling is not what we actually thought. And that's a whole other industry on its own of what's going on there. Again, another conversation another time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've spoke to people about that too. Like a lot of people, but I recycle. Well, it's not, the recycling doesn't really like happen like that. So yes,
exactly,
100%.
And I'm only learning how bad that really is. So that's why now it's changed, and that's why I said I don't even talk about recycling. I'm talking about reducing and reusing, and if anything, it's upcycling. But yeah,
reuse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've developed these products on your own too, right? Like the mixtures that you put into it is sourced from other natural products, and is there more things that you've developed too in the process of becoming eco-friendly?
Other than the products that I sell, anything I've recovered? I don't know. I would just say, just by being aware and being in this world, I've seeing so many other ideas of different ways to do everything, really. Nothing that I can't think of something specific, but I mean,
it's kind of like you keep like seeing, like you see it, and now you're on this like path, like you see it all the time, and then you start like doing more and more and more things, and it's sort of
exactly.
develops as you go, doesn't it?
Exactly. So I'm trying to think of like what big change or something, like maybe again, like we're talking about the holidays before. So just the way the holidays are different with the wrapping, or even decorations as well, trying to just really reuse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. um, what, outside of what you do for a living, what other kind of eco-conscious activities do you participate in, maybe with your family?
So as far as activities like events or anything, the one event that comes to mind that I did as a family and a few times was a cloth diaper challenge,
Yeah.
which it was like worldwide, where everyone at every city at a specific time, everyone goes on location and does that. So I did that a few years, which was really, really fun. I thought that was great.
So
But with the children,
what
so it's a
can you describe that? I've never heard of that, so I would love to hear
okay.
about
Now I don't. It's normally in April,
that.
so we'll see with this pandemic. Maybe there'll be virtual ones. I'm not sure. But so it's a cloth diaper challenge, and literally every city that participates or whatever, and it's around the world. It's around the same time, so I guess different times and time zones, and everyone meets up in a certain area, and you change your baby's diaper at the same time. It has to be a cloth diaper, and so everyone's like, you count down, and then it's like go, and then we all change the diaper, and it's, I think, for the world record of how many cloth diapers change at the same time, and it's just world challenge to kind of bring awareness. And so whatever city's doing it, there'll be news coverage about it and stuff like that. It's cute. It's a good event. They always have little bags with products and everything. And so when I was doing that, I was developing my company, and I didn't have product, but I was always like, yes, this is one of my goals, is I'll have some stuff in these bags. And but anyways, that never came about.
Well,
Hopefully in
there's
the
still
future.
possibility.
Exactly. There is still possibility of that happening. But yeah, and it's a cute thing. It's a fun
I
event.
love that. I have never heard of that, and I love that. I'm going to look that up.
There's also a breastfeeding one too, where everyone got together, and it was a day of World Breastfeeding Day or something like that, and there was a
Yeah,
challenge. I did that one as well.
that is so cool. That is so cool and so much fun.
And so I'll just say also with my children, some things we've done is we've gone around the areas, and if we see parks that have lots of dirt, or not dirt, excuse me, but lots of garbage out, my children have, picked up garbage. We've cleaned up parks a little bit. And main activities that I would say I do with the family that is eco-friendly is, I guess it's hard to start naming them because it has become such a way of life, that it's normal. I'm like, is it eco-friendly or is it just living? But it is.
Yeah.
So, like even all our art activities, a lot of the crafts we do will be based on upcycling or recycling. So the newest one that we've been doing is big giant canvases. So instead of buying, canvases are really expensive, especially if you want really, really big ones. So I'll find some big canvases of art that people are trying to get rid of and don't want, and I'll take that and paint it white, and there you go. Now we have a brand new canvas, and then we do it. So we upcycle canvases and clothing as well, to make like headbands or to make different things.
I love it. I love it. And teaching your children to be creative about how they're going about doing it.
Exactly. Yes.
That is so cool. And I did a tour like of a reuse warehouse a couple of videos back, and he was talking about artists like framing things is really expensive. So if you want to create a picture, you buy a used piece of art with the frame already there, and then you just can use that to create a new piece of art, and it's just It's way less expensive.
It's so much less expensive. And see, again, like I forget little things, but so the father of my children, that's exactly what he did. We had some nice little prints that he wanted to frame, and they're really, really big, and those frames are so expensive. So he searched on Kijiji, searched on Facebook Marketplace locally, and found somebody trying to get rid of these framed things. Paid nothing. That didn't go in the garbage, and now he has these beautiful pieces of art on the wall with in beautiful new frames.
I love it. Yes, reuse, reuse, reuse.
Reuse, exactly, as much as we possibly can.
Yeah. And I've also found like anything that you want to buy is available for reuse on like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or eBay, or, you know, there's just a bunch of different avenues to buy those things now.
It's so true. And I'm glad you brought that up, because it's something that I've been saying is also the fact that a lot of people these days and age are consumers, big consumers. And so because they're bigger consumers than they were, let's say even a decade ago, the secondhand market is so much better, you know, because people, I'm like, okay, fine, you can buy, because I'll buy your used stuff brand new, you know, like they are every year buying a new jacket, every year upgrading their this. So before I actually buy anything, I'll check on Marketplace, Kijiji and as well, but Marketplace especially. I find I've been super successful in furnishing this house that I'm sitting in right now. Was able to find such good pieces, and yeah, I'm really happy with this, with the fact that some people are consumers. I mean, it'd be better if they weren't as well, but hey, right now I'm benefiting from it, and I'm okay with it. You know, my daughter right now, she's head to toe for $85 Canadian, so American, I'm not sure, but I would have been over 100 a little, I think, something like that, with her snow gear, and they're both like designer jacket and snow pants, and it was $85 because I got to use, and they are brand new. The person wore it once, you know, so it's really something.
Yeah, 100%. And the same thing with my vacation rental. My goal was to use all used furniture in the vacation rental, and man, it was actually really easy to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I bet you were actually really successful at finding some amazing pieces, because people just, you know. But I'm happy that at least people are still like, you know, it's coming full circle, you know, because I mean, I guess you can still put it on the side of the street and somebody will still take it. But sometimes it does go in the garbage, you know. So by at least putting it on Marketplace where it's going around, it's coming, you know.
Yeah, so true. And a couple, I'll be honest, a couple of the things I picked up were from the side of the street.
Oh yeah, me too, for sure. I've done it.
Yeah,
actually, I manifested it recently. I was like, I want new patio outdoor chairs, and I just don't want to buy it. I just don't feel like I should have to buy it. My friends were like, what do you mean you don't feel like you have to buy it? You want something, you should have to buy it. And I'm like, no. I just really need new chairs, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it somehow. And I don't feel the need to spend and consume and go to a store and buy this. It's gonna come to me. And then like a few weeks I waited, and then just around my area, I was driving home, I saw full set. I was like, whoop, pulled over, picked those chairs up. Another week later, I found nice, beautiful metal black ones with like floral design in it and everything for the front. Wasn't even looking for that at this point, but I got it.
I love it.
Yeah. You know, some people I'm hoping that eventually there's going to be more conversations like this, and people are saying I love it versus like, oh, you know, because there is some, you know. But I mean, I've a lot, this whole house, not the whole house, but a lot of this house is furnished from Marketplace and Kijiji, and finding things on the road. You have to pick and choose. You know, I'm not going to pick a mattress from the street. I would never do that, you know, but some metal chairs, of course, some patio chairs. Yeah. A little table for the backyard. Why not? You know?
Right. And excuse me. I also have like refinished some of those things too. So like just putting a little bit of effort into making it pretty again is not really a big deal.
Exactly. I think for creative people too, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun for me.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And I just, I used to sell the things that I did, but
Oh,
I haven't really done that lately, but I don't know, maybe sometime in the future. But
yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I
yeah.
see a lot of people restoring and selling furniture exactly like that. They go around, they look, they find, and they, you know,
Hmm.
I guess, upgrade it and then.
Yeah. 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 I have a couple of chairs I used to reupholster too. And
Oh, that's great.
they're not finished right now. I'm trying to sell them too, but people like I get a bit frustrated with it because people see a chair and it's not in good condition right now and they don't want to buy it. But in reality, if you bought that chair that is in like the bones of it are extremely stable, if you bought that and then you had it reupholstered in whatever you wanted it to be, it's still cheaper than buying a brand new furniture at that quality of furniture.
So, but it's more work, and that's what everyone's afraid of. And
Yeah.
so, and that can answer a question you asked me. What is the biggest challenge? It is more time consuming
Mhm.
to be conscious about the impact we're putting on the world. It takes a lot of time. Like the cloth diapering is so much, so much time compared to, and like what you're saying. And, people are, I guess, afraid of that. It does take a big effort. But once you do start doing it, then you see that the effort is worth it.
Yeah.
And so that's where we are.
Yeah.
And we have to hope that others will get there as well.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is so great. I really enjoyed talking to you and I appreciate
You too. This was great. I'm so happy I did this.
it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know like you were a little bit nervous at first, right?
I was, but you know what? It's good. I'm glad. I want to do more.
Awesome. I love it. And yes, spread the word to anybody else. I'm looking for more people to interview. And
Okay, great. I
um,
will.
yeah, I love this. Thank you very much. And
Thank you. No, thank you so much for reaching out. I feel like it was an honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out. It was seriously, and I'll just say, so lately I've been reading on how to make my business more, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of things they're saying is like, oh, people want to buy like from the personality, like sell your personality. If you have an energetic personality, blah, blah. And I know I have an energetic personality, but I'm shy. Like I'll put pictures, but I don't really do videos. And so someone was like, well, then you need to do more interviews. And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? And then you literally were like, hi. And I was like, whoa, what is happening, universe? Like, oh my gosh. It was the time. It was really unbelievable, the timing that the person was really like, that's the only way. And I'm like, okay, that is a good way. Cause I did another interview and I'm like, yes, in interviews, I do feel a bit less shy than if I'm just talking myself, And I was really like, but okay, I'm going to what? Now start reaching out. I have to look for people. And then you came.
that is so like I love that so much because I'm kind of the same way. Like I love talking to people and I'm like an introvert to begin with, right? But I do thrive on talking to people and I would rather have this one-on-one conversation than just talking to the video like this. It's like
Yeah.
I can do it, but it's like it's not really what I like. And I just that is so cool because it reminds me of like this interview idea that I have is so it's really good and people are going to thrive off of it and I love that. Thank you so much.
No problem. I thank you. It was really quite something. I couldn't just believe the way the universe works. And, it was
Yes.
really like, yeah, I was shocked and blown away. And I mean, I already see all these connections and coincidence that I don't even believe in coincidences anymore. And again, this was just,
Yes.
confirmation that, yeah.
Yes, and I'm the same way. Like this is something that I have been really learning in the last few years, and it truly is. It's just you put it out there, and then it comes to you.
And it's when you're willing to like open yourself up and accept and see it too. And I think that's where I kind of was blocked for some time, and then now it's all just happening.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So thank you so much. And hey, if ever you want to have other conversations too,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, totally. And I totally see like coming back to people. So I don't know how often, but I'm definitely like here and I'm in too.
Cool. And if ever I think of some like amazing, like new wave, I don't know, crazy idea that I want to put out there, I'll let you know and we can talk about it.
Yes, 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 yes. And I want to say also another one of my things was I originally wanted to build a tiny house community but I don't have enough money to do it right now. So I was like, gosh, I want to build it online. How can I build it online? And then like I'm in this course right now and it just came to me like interviewing eco-conscious people. Like I don't want it to just be tiny house people. I want it to be everybody, right? Tiny house is just a part of that. And
Mm-hmm.
now here I am building this community of eco-conscious people all over the world. And
That's
I
amazing. You're
love
doing an amazing thing, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. Like, honestly, genuinely so honored. And yeah, I can't wait to see
Thank
all of this and see how big this community is going to grow.
thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I love talking to you. Thank you.
My pleasure.